Hi vols, this is Charlie, the PAMC Communications Manager, and in this video we're going to talk about using Google Classroom. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the student view, which you'll be using in your training. So when you go to the classroom.google.com, you're going to get a prompt that's asking you whether or not you're a teacher or a student within our G Suite. For the purposes of this segment of the video and for the purposes of volunteer training, you will be selecting I'm a student. So you can just go ahead and click on that, as opposed to I'm a teacher. It might take a second to load. Now you'll get to the dashboard. You can click this little plus sign to add a class. Now I'm putting in a class code that will be invalid, and do not join this class because this is our test class as the admin, where we're figuring everything out, and it is not a constructive class. Please do not join it. So it's going to take a second to join you into the class, but then you're going to come to this dashboard. So it's going to give you this little pop-up that teaches you how to create posts, where you can basically just type anything and it will be shared with your classmates. You can also look at your classwork, in which you can view Google Calendar, which will let you see upcoming meeting dates and assignment dates once those have been input and we have them. You can also access the class's drive folder, which we will be using in the future, but not right now. You can also look at your other classmates. In this case, it is the PAMC board team, Nikki, Shauna, me, and Jessica. And the teacher is Palo Alto Music Connection as our main email. Here you can view previous posts, you can add comments, etc. If you click on a post that has that little purple tab, that means it is an assignment. So you can type a comment, or you can, in the assignment tab in the top right, you can paste an answer, because this is a short answer question, and then you just click submit and it will tell you that it has been turned in. You can also edit it, and you can see your classmates' answers. You can see here we were kind of messing around. It was a lot of keyboard smashes. You can also send private comments to the teacher. Back to the dashboard. You can view all upcoming assignments, which is useful. You'll be using those to turn in your assignments and know when everything is due. And you can scroll down and view all the past assignments and past comments that have been posted. Now we're going to be talking about how to use Google Classroom from the teacher's perspective. It's very similar to last time, except when you get to this page, after having your Google account reset, you will select I am a teacher in the same way, just by clicking on it. Fairly self-explanatory. It'll take a second to load again. So it's going to tell you right away that your class is not found, but that's okay. So you can do a couple of things. I was just checking if I was in the right account. You can go here and you can go to classes. And now you have this plus sign where you can join or create a class, and you're going to select create a class. Now you can put in the name. I'm just going to do test. Then the section 1 as just an example, not really important. 1 again for the subject. It'll give you suggestions. You can just ignore it. And then click create. It'll take a second to load once again. Now you're in here. It'll give you a little pop-up and it'll tell you how to invite students to your class. You'll have your unique code, and once again, this will not be live by the time you are seeing this video. And you can also edit the background with that button I clicked on. You can go to arts. There are a couple of options. We like to use this one in the top right for string instruments. We can use this one in the middle for just generic instruments. Unfortunately, they don't have any band instruments. You can use that one for percussion. It's up to you, but we're going to stick with this one for now. And then your class theme is set. You can also upload your own photo if you want it to be the PAMC logo or something else. So here you can see upcoming assignments that you've assigned, and here you're able to change what class you're submitting it to if you ever end up managing more than one class. Here you can view the classwork that you've assigned. So you can click create and you can assign all kinds of things, but we're going to just look at an assignment. So you're able to post it now or assign ahead, and we'll talk about that more in a second. So here you'll add a title. Right below it is the instructions, and you can just type whatever you want. I'm going to say something like, please play a D major scale in quarter notes at 60, at quarter notes equals 60, something like that. I'm not a very fast typer, so I apologize. And then over here you can add files. You can go from your Google Drive if you've imported any scans. There's nothing there at the moment. You can add a link or YouTube video. I'm going to try and just add another PAMC YouTube video that I made earlier. If you search PAMC, it won't come up, so just make sure you are searching Palo Alto Music Connection, or you have a link, because that will go a lot faster. But here, if you search Palo Alto Music Connection, the first thing that comes up is my previous video. Now on the create button, you can also add docs, slide sheets, drawings, etc. We're going to add a drawing for the purpose of this. This is where you can more easily edit images and documents, because things don't like snap in the same way they do in docs, but there's slightly more options than in slides. We'll just do a smiley face for the purpose of this, and then when you click on it, there you go. You've got your smiley face and your students will be able to view that. You can also select which students are actually capable of viewing it. You only have 0 students right now because no one's joined your class. You can select when to assign it, when it should be due. You can choose a topic. For this one, we'll just say scales. You can add a rubric if you want. No need. You can also import it from your Google Drive. You will also have the option to check for plagiarism, but because most of your students will be uploading video and audio recordings, it won't really be necessary. Now here you can check who is in your class. So obviously at the moment you don't have any students because no one's joined your class yet. Here you can also view your grades. You have this little setting buttons in the upper right corner where you're able to set up your grading system and choose if you want students to see their overall grades, which is exactly what that pop-up says. So if you go into settings and then under general, there's a section called grading. And then you can change the overall grade calculation to something weighted or total points or no grade. And then you can show the overall grade to students. And there are also grade categories, but you don't need to add that unless you'd like to. And then back to stream, you can view things that you have assigned in the past and see who has turned it in and who it's been assigned to. You can also view any archived classes, say you taught an instrument last year but you won't be next year, etc. And you're able to see any settings about your account within Google Classroom, which is nice. You can also view Google Calendar from your Google Classroom page, and you will be able to see your assignments that you have posted, so you can see when they are due for your students. Thanks for watching. Check us out on Facebook or our website, and please consider donating. Links can be found in the description. Feel free to email us if you have any questions, and we will respond as soon as we can. Thank you.